It's not always about sweetness. Hi, I'm Aldrin. I am 35 years old and I work in a law firm. My life is nothing special. I get up at the right time, take a quick shower, go buy coffee and argue with those who want to get ahead in the line. Go to work and try to ignore those who sing on the subway. Deal with the case of shift and I am a ball of stress. I deal with the stupidities of my colleagues. I deal with the traffic when I leave work. I come home and I find the complaints of the neighbor because my cat ruined his plants. I ignore him and prepare to continue working until I fall asleep. My days are ordinary. Well, my days were ordinary until I met that woman. When I got to the coffee shop that day, she looked at me from her position. She was about to be served and called out to me. Of course, I didn't understand that she was calling me until she pointed at me. I was waiting for you. It's our turn, that crazy person claimed. Do I know you? I asked as soon as I was a meter away from her. But I didn't turn down the offer. She had just saved half an hour of my time, after paying for our cups of coffee. We left the coffee shop and the crazy woman sat down on one of the sidewalk benches. When she invited me to sit with her, I told her I had a lot to do and left. The same thing happened the next day, and the next day, and the next day, until I thought I owed her. After all, I had been having 30 extra minutes every day. Are you going to tell me if I know you or not? I asked as I sat next to her. You don't know me, but I do know you, she replied. My name is Esther. I moved here a week before I spoke to you. And all these days I've seen you fighting someone. Fighting first thing in the morning will ruin your day, you know, she replied, sipping her coffee with a soft smile on her face. It doesn't ruin it if I win the fight, I replied, doing the same. And what about the other person's day? The person you fight with and the persons who have to see.
If you don't want to see, you can look elsewhere. It's everywhere.
Sorry. Esther looked at me as if I were 8 years old. People like you. It's everywhere. Everyone wants to be treated well. But no one wants to be the person who makes the first move. No one wants to be the person who treats well first. Everyone treats others the same way they are treated. So I wonder, what merit is there in that? If you only react to the way people treat you, you are a puppet of your circumstances. You are weak, she sentenced. Who was she to say that? I snorted, rushing to finish my coffee because I already wanted to leave. Where did you get that? From a self-improvement book. Yes, and the best there is, Esther replied, chuckling. The Bible. It says that God didn't give us a spirit of cowardice or fear, but of power, love, and self-control. And it seems impossible. No one is that powerful today. Years ago I thought, no one could reach such a standard. Then I wondered, isn't it great that someone has so much faith in you? It's flattering that God expects us to do something so difficult. It makes me want to polish myself to live up to His expectations. What had I gotten myself into? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I'm not going to follow a God who forces us to put up with other people's nonsense, I argued, draining my glass and standing up. Do you think that's going to change anything? The bad guys are going to stay bad, and the stupid ones are going to stay stupid. Nothing's going to change just because you work hard to be good.
Well, you're here, having breakfast with me.
This woman was crazy. What she said was true, but still, I'm leaving. Stop saving me a place in the coffee shop, please. Okay, but if you want me to do it again, just let me know. Okay. Blessings for your work. I ignored her, but her words danced in my mind for the next few days. Even though I no longer saw Esther in the coffee shop, I was so outraged that I decided to prove her wrong. Nothing was going to change, even if I was kind and patient with the bad and stupid people. And I began to change my days, and one change brought another. I began to get up earlier and shower calmly, to share my place in the coffee shop queue and to give alms to the singers at the subway. I stopped being a stress ball and found out that the stupid things my colleagues didn't make me as angry as before. Not even the traffic. Sometimes I even work faster and bring less work home. And, as I began to come home in a better mood, I apologized to my neighbor for my cat's antics by buying him a new plant. Now we're even friends. I haven't seen Esther again. When I hear someone say that a simple act of kindness can change a person, I laugh. I laugh because the first thing that comes to mind when you hear act of kindness is someone being sweet or submissive. It's not always that way. Esther's act of kindness was to be honest and confront me with what I didn't want to hear, with the truth that bothered me and forced me to act. Isn't it funny? Kindness isn't always about sweetness. Sometimes it's about strength.